I'd like to share some important information with you today about the Manhattan and Brooklyn real estate markets, where home prices have doubled in the last decade. It could be interesting to someone who bought their home in the last decade and perhaps is thinking about selling, but not even necessarily that. It's just sometimes very good to know kind of your position in the market. And also for buyers who are thinking about purchasing in some of these neighborhoods. So, as I said, this is for Manhattan and Brooklyn. We have data on Queens and Staten Island as well in the Bronx, but I really look at data that covers mostly Manhattan and Brooklyn. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. The first and the most significant 10-year change by 288% is in Manhattan, Two Bridges. In the median sales price in 2014 in Two Bridges was $423,000. The median sales price in 2024 is $1,641,000. Wow, that is a lot of growth. Followed by Red Hook in Brooklyn. The growth over the last decade in prices has been 150%. In Gerritsen Beach in Brooklyn, 136%. Prospect Lefferts Gardens in Brooklyn, 127%. Morningside Heights in Manhattan by 124%. Gowanus and Carroll Gardens in Brooklyn, 118% and 112% respectively. In Wingate in Brooklyn, 105%. In Cobble Hill in Brooklyn, 104%. And in East New York in Brooklyn, 100%. Now, as I said, some neighborhoods experienced quite a lot of gentrification in the last decade. And so it really pushed these prices up. If we take the example of Two Bridges, as I mentioned, that had the sharpest price increase in all of New York City neighborhoods in the last 10 years, 288%. That is primarily the result of luxury expansion. On the other end of the island, in Morningside Heights, which grew by about 100% over the last decade, is really interesting because that is a neighborhood quite close to Columbia University. I want to say that's always been a pretty steady, stable neighborhood. So we have seen some very dramatic growth over the last decade in certain neighborhoods in Manhattan and Brooklyn. There's a lot that goes into looking at the growth of these neighborhoods. If you are curious to know more, want to know more, need to know more, or you have questions about other neighborhoods, maybe not the top growth neighborhoods for the decade, let me know. I'm happy to share that information with you as well. Just post those questions below or reach out to me directly as Sotheby's. I will be back with more up-to-the-minute news on what's happening in the New York City real estate market. In the meantime, take care.